So I decided to take a look at CNN.com, a popular news site. To get started, I opened up DevTools by pressing Command-Option-I. You can see the DevTools here. Here's the HTML. So we're in the timeline now. I want to see what happens when the page loads. So I'm going to press Command-Shift-R, reload the page, and we can see all the events of the page load laid out in the timeline here. Well, this is cool for desktop, but I wonder what this looks like on mobile. Luckily, Chrome gives us the option of seeing what it looks like on mobile. I'm going to press this button to open up the console. There we go. And we can see that there's a tab up here, Emulation. So I click on this, I see the Google Nexus 5, and I press Emulate. So now we're looking at CNN.com from a mobile perspective. But this looks weird. I'm going to fix the screen a little bit. And I'm going to refresh the page by doing Command-Shift-R. And now we see the mobile version of CNN on the left and our timeline on the right. Let me get rid of this bottom part by pressing Escape. I'm going to move the screen over to give ourselves a little bit more room. And let's take a look at the timeline. So I've selected about the first second or so of events. Let me see them in a little bit more detail. All right, so we see a request here for a page, cnn.com/. So I'm going to click on this and open up the details. Click on cnn.com, and we should see what this file is. Scrolling down, this should look pretty familiar. It's just an HTML document. Going back to the timeline, let's get rid of some of these details. We can see a lot of events up here. If we click on this filter button, it lets us get rid of some of them so we can just look at what we want. I just want to see the loading events, so I'll get rid of scripting, rendering, and painting. And now we can see the request for the home page and the response as we're receiving data. CNN.com finishes loading, we get that HTML file, and then we start to parse the HTML. And it looks like in parsing it by opening up this step, we see that we requested CSS and JavaScript. After that, scrolling down, we can see more requests for all of the scripts, images, and CSS files that are needed to load the page.